Featurette is standing better in the gates, and this is obviously going to be a late withdrawal here. Burning Clay, stand by. Hello. $12.24. Order of Stewards 9 Burning Clay, a late scratching. Number 9 Burning Clay, a late withdrawal taken out at 12.24. Couldn't be loaded. Bookmakers, please rule a line. We'll have a betting announcement to follow the running of the race. So Burning Clay, a late scratching, light flashing away, and they're about to be sent on their journey in the first. Just about ready to break now. Iska in gate number 9. Stood in pretty well. Featurette bouncing, racing. Iska began okay. Featurette, Lady Melbury began all right. They're coming to the outside, about 4 or 5 of them out here. Lustig was showing some pace, but Featurette is going to cut them off and lead on the grandstand side. Featurette from Tialina, and out there too is Look and Ponder, followed by Sus and Lustig. That's the horses coming down the outside. Over on the other side, heading to the 600 metres now, and Iron Shoe had worked to the lead here over Emotional Success, and Iska's right up on the outside, followed by Little Export fourth, Safari Sunset just behind them, and then Razor Dane, followed by Lady Melbury, and back behind those horses then is Chili Dancer coming to the outside now, and Featurette is the leader from Tiarani, chasing it home, and then came on the outside there is Look and Ponder. Over on the other side now, Emotional Success is tackled by Safari Sunset. Iska can't go on. Safari Sunset and Emotional Success with Featurette on the grandstand. It's Emotional Success finding a bit, and Emotional Success has won it. A photo for the minors between Safari Sunset and Iska, who got going late in the race, and they were well clear of the horses on the grandstand side, which were headed by Featurette and Tiarani. Back on the other side, Iron Shoe was next in, followed by Little Export, and then came Chili Dancer. Behind them was Dark Eyed Lady, followed by Razor Dane, Lady Melbury, and back behind them was Solamina, then Lustig, Sus, and one of the last in the race over on the outside rail there was Look and Ponder. 4 to move in, including the Reluctant around the neck. Scattergood picks up the irons on around the neck, and they're all set. Brutambo stood in well with Burrowy Lord, Worthy Knight. He's drawn in gate 4. Track being cleared, and away they go. Burrowy Lord was one of the first out. Newton began okay. The first fence comes up very quickly. Burrowy Lord takes it in front of Newton. Settling third is Worthy Knight, Trojan Gift, followed by Tick Over, and then through along the inside is Around the Neck, Divine Legend going forward. Tel Disco also on the improve quickly around the outside, and they're followed by Hazard's Best, and then Bob, Brutambo, Art and Les, Funny Fella, who settled second last, and Vautinsk whipped the field in as Newton went to the lead. And the next fence will be looming in their sight shortly when they came down the side. The second one of the race is going to be met by Newton, who's going to lead Trojan Gift into it now. Third placing held by Worthy Knight, and they're followed then by, over on the inside then is Burrowy Lord, a couple of lengths behind them, Hazard's Best, Tel Disco outside it, 1.5 to Tick Over. Divine Legend up on the outside, Bob coming 3 or 4 wide when they go to the next fence. Back behind him then came Around the Neck and Brutambo. Towards the end of the field here is when they sweep the corner, Art and Les, Funny Fella, and Vautinsk is last of all. There's only 3 down the lane now, and as they come towards the first of the treble, it's Newton opening up a break of about 2.5 lengths to Trojan Gift, and Burrowy Lord over on the inside jumping it very nicely. In 4th placing is the favourite there, Worthy Knight, and then a break of 4 to 5 lengths further back is Hazard's Best when they go to this fence, the brick wall. Then Tick Over passed by Tel Disco and also Bob over on the outside. Back behind them, Art and Les, followed by Divine Legend when they come towards the last one in the lane. Towards the end is Around the Neck and Brutambo when they leap this one, and back behind them at the tail of the field is Vautinsk over on the outside of Funny Fella. So they've jumped the first 6, and there's 9 to negotiate, and the majority of them are about to come up and face them down the riverside, and the grey Trojan Gift had moved up to take the lead now from Newton. Burrowy Lord is travelling 1.5 lengths away in 3rd placing, and then Worthy Knight 4th over on the outside when they come to the first down the riverside. Next Hazard's Best over on the inside of Bob. Art and Les is improving out deep on the course, and they've got away on Tick Over and Tel Disco at the next fence. Then came Art and Les, a fair way back Divine Legend, Vautinsk, Funny Fella, and Brutambo Britambo at the next on that side of the course, and all jumping that one successfully. Trojan Gift in front, coming up towards the next fence. On the outside, Burrowy Lord and Art and Les having a crack at him. Oh, Worthy Knight nearly lost the lot. He's there. He's back in about 5th or 6th placing. The next fence coming up. Burrowy Lord taking the lead from Newton. On the, Art and Les gone. Art and Les fell. Huzzar's Best went over the top, lost him. Tick Over went over the top of that one and eventually through the riders. So 3 out of action in that one incident down at that jump. Now they come past the 1,000-metre mark, and Burrowy Lord led Bob. 2 lengths back is Newton, 3 lengths to Worthy Knight, and a length away then around the neck, getting up on the outside of Tel Disco. Trojan Gift losing ground to Grey, and then Britambo, followed by Funny Fella. Here's the next now. Burrowy Lord the inside out, jumping Bob, and got away about a neck on him. Bob's coming back though. 5 lengths clear as they came up towards the next fence. 3rd placing held by Newton, then Worthy Knight around the neck and Tel Disco. Here's the next fence coming up before the turn. Burrowy Lord put a couple of short ones in, but he got over it well. Bob still grinding away on his outside. They're nicely clear of Newton. Worthy Knight, Tel Disco in the all-white down on the inside and then around the neck. Into the straight now. 2 to jump there is. And Bob moving up to Burrowy Lord. Newton coming again on the outside. Tel Disco getting home. Here's the second last one now. Burrowy Lord just in front. Newton's claimed him again on the outside. Bob just weakening a little on the run 3rd. Newton takes up to the last now. Here he is. He's jumped it reasonably. Oh, he went down on his nose though. Has to dig up and keep going. Bob's coming again. Burrowy Lord on the inside. Newton the leader. He's 3/4 to Bob. Newton holding Bob in the last little bit. And Newton, this has been a good performance. Newton by 2 lengths to Bob. Tel Disco 3 lengths away 3rd. Burrowy Lord 4th. Worthy Knight 5th. A gap then to around the neck. A long break to Britambo, Funny Fella, Trojan Gift, Divine Legend, and Vautinsk was last to complete the course. They're off-hand racing over there, and Carter Square at Empire Day looked to be a little slow over on the outside. Pewson King pounced on the lead immediately ahead of Jalan. Away quickly also is French Clock, but it's easing back now. Dysfunctional and Brugal Force going forward on the outside as Pewson King leads them down to the turn at the 1,200 metres. It's Pewson King a length and a half on Dysfunctional and Jalan. They're running along quickly in this. About 2 lengths back, 4th Brugal Force, followed by Time Scale. Star Legs between Horses and French Clock on the rail. One behind it is Aussie Prospector, Empire Day, and then Threadneedle and Carter Square last of all 1,000 to go. And Pewson King led the field a little over a length here. Dysfunctional is 2nd. Jalan on the rail is 3rd. Brugal Force half length away 4th. One Time Scale, and then Star Legs over on the outside of French Clock. Then Aussie Prospector back behind them when they came towards the home turn. Empire Day on the outside of Aussie Prospector. Second last is Threadneedle, and Carter Square whipped the field in when they come around the home turn. Little more than 500 left to go, and swinging the corner, Pewson King is just the leader here. Brugal Force wide out and Time Scale are coming after him, and they were clear then of getting through on the inside French Clock. Threadneedle needs a run badly, can't get a crack at them at the moment. Starlegs is working into the clear. He's coming home very quickly. They're inside the 3 now, and Starlegs pounced on the front from Pewson King. Threadneedle eventually getting through on the inside, but the bird's flown, I think. It's Starlegs 3 in front now to Threadneedle, Pewson King, Time Scale, and Starlegs is going to win like a good horse. Starlegs by 4 lengths on the post to Threadneedle. Time Scale 3rd from Aussie Prospector. Carter Square and Eyecatcher finishing on down the outside from Pewson King, and then came French Clock, Empire Day. Behind them to finish in the race was Brugal Force, Jalan, and a bad last, Dysfunctional. Might be all right, this bloke, number 4, Starlegs, ridden by... Here's Triumph coming up. Triumph is going to be the last to move in and complete the lineup. Bell Style on the inside. All locked away. Oh, now, what was that one there? Our Silver Shadow reared, I think. Yes, it was. It settled again, an attendant holding onto the tail to keep it steady. And they're off and racing now, and it jumped away with them there. Our Silver Shadow now easing back. Gold Rapier, Bell Style, and Magic Happens the first few to bounce out. Fire Chief, Molinetta away very quickly. Dancing Raj is up there as well when they sort themselves out fully now. Majestic Avenue getting back, and Aggie's Heart caught about 4 wide, 1,700 to go. Back near the tail end of the field. Molinetta's working up to go to the front, and at the 1,600 had cleared the field comfortably. Recount has moved up strongly on the outside to go to second now. Dancing Raj is in third placing, and Sky Trist, the outside, is fourth. 2 lengths further back is Triumph over on the outside, followed by Gold Rapier. 2 lengths behind them, Magic Happens on the inside of Kalina Raffin racing wide. With those two is Fire Chief, a length and a half to Bell Style and Conaran. Then Aggie's Heart, who's over on the outside, fighting the rider and is going up wide. And Conaran well back in the field with Western Reality. Back towards the end is Triple Gin in company with Bell Style and Majestic Avenue. At the 1,000 metre mark now, and Recount pulling against the rider at Join Molinetta on the rail. 2 lengths to Dancing Rose, Sky Trist fourth. 1 Triumph fifth the outside, Kalina Raffin racing 3 deep, Gold Rapier over on the fence, and then Magic Happens. Aggie's Heart on the outside of it, and then Bell Style on the inside. Western Reality, our Silver Shadow out about 4 wide from Fire Chief. They're bunching. Then Majestic Avenue coming to the outside from Anconaran, and Triple Gin last, but only about 7 or 8 lengths would cover the field, where Recount's going to swing the corner just in front of Molinetta with the rail. Then Triumph and Sky Trist when they balance for the run home. Magic Happens to the outside with Aggie's Heart, and Western Reality out wider, and Majestic Avenue is the deepest. 350 to go, and Recount the leader on the outside. Aggie's Heart, despite racing wide, has joined them now. Aggie's Heart on the outside, gone to the lead over Recount, Sky Trist, Triumph. Triple Gin's made up a lot of ground, and Majestic Avenue is starting to hit top gear, but Aggie's Heart has a big lead, 100 to go. It's out by 3 lengths now to Majestic Avenue, who won't pick up the leeway today, and Aggie's Heart wins it by 2 lengths, Majestic Avenue or Triple Gin. It's a bit of a bobber there for the minor end of the prize. They were clear of Sky Trist fourth, and then Recount, Triumph, Magic Happens, Western Reality. Back behind them to finish in the race was Bell Style, Gold Rapier, Kalina Raffin, a break to Fire Chief, and it was followed in then at the head of the others by Anconaran. Dancing Raj and Molinetta showed up before weakening, and our Silver Shadow was last of all. Number 2, Aggie's Heart, ridden by Danny Brewer. Here's Lord Quickstep, the favourite, coming up into the line now with Stephen King on board. In he goes, and the field is nearly ready. How's Billy to come in? Cape Dance has the outside barrier. They're coming up together, these two. So we're not going to be too far away from a start here. Cape Dance to move in. Now there's Greenwich. Is it Greenwich? Number 11. Yes, he's still out of line. I thought they'd had him locked away. Okay, thank you. Greenwich is out at 2.52, acting on vet's advice. Number 11, Greenwich out at 2.52. Bookmakers rule a line. Betting announcement to follow the running of the race. All set to go. 1400, the lights flashing away. Greenwich, the late withdrawal at 2.52. Off they go over at the 1400 metres, and How's Billy with the first to bounce out of the stalls. Bangarang Brave began quickly. Lord Quickstep was away fast as easing back through the first half dozen or so. Going forward is Slim Rule and Amarina. They've gone to the 1100 metres now. Slim Rule working to the lead over Bangarang Brave and Amarina. Settling just behind them, Northern Warrior from King Cossack. A length further back then Lord Quickstep. They're followed by Royal Cut, Ferdinand, and then a length to How's Billy. A length and a half further back in the field, then Thatching's Way on the inside, and then Zaginski, Ironstone, Real Zeal, Minesweeper, and Cape Dance was last with 800 metres to go. And Slim Rule the leader, 2 lengths in front of Amarina. Bangarang Brave third, Northern Warrior fourth, the outside. King Cossack fifth on the inside, followed by Lord Quickstep. Then Royal Cut over on the inside of Ferdinand when they corner. Next is How's Billy, Thatching's Way, Zaginski, Ironstone a long way back, followed by Real Zeal, Minesweeper to the outside, and Cape Dance. Amarina took the lead now from Slim Rule, 350 metres to go. Bangarang Brave is next, and Lord Quickstep is unwinding his run now from Northern Warrior. Amarina the leader, but here's Lord Quickstep at the 200 metres, rounding them up. King Cossack along the inside is making a race of it. Lord Quickstep about a neck in front of King Cossack. How's Billy, Bangarang Brave, but Lord Quickstep is going to be a bit too good, and Lord Quickstep wins at 3/4 to King Cossack. Photo third either How's Billy or Bangarang Brave. Ironstone rattling home when it was all over, and Royal Cut just behind them, followed by Amarina, and with those then Thatching's Way. Cape Dance ran on nicely along the inside. Minesweeper, Real Zeal, Ferdinand, and then Slim Rule who weakened, followed by Northern Warrior towards the end, and Zaginski was last of all. Number 5, the winner, Lord Quickstep. ridden by Stephen King. Together. Ravishing is set, started going to the platform. Richmond here will be the last to move in. Here's Richmond here, taking the outside, and they're all set to go. 1400, ready. Off they go. Perfect Lady began well on the inside. El Karam away very fast. Zumbido hustled out of the barrier stalls to run to the lead over her. Thong Rani 2 lengths away now, passed by Richmond here, and then Ravishing, El Kahira Magic, Arabian Poppy in that bunch with Elsie Elmer. Then came Perfect Lady on the rail, a length further back in the field to Ruby Joy, Balustrade, Chicago Baby, Dance Party. Mascomer on the outside of her, improving, and a gap behind those to Majestic Miss, who's one of the last of the field as they came down the side, and Stars of Jessabek on the outside. Zumbido had sped away at the 800 metre mark and opened up 4 to 5 lengths. Richmond here is second, El Karam is third, 3 lengths back in fourth placing, Ravishing from El Kahira Magic on the outside. They're being followed then by Elsie Elmer, Ruby Joy off the track, Arabian Poppy just behind them, Thong Rani on the inside when they swing around the home corner, then Balustrade and Mascoma. Next Chicago Baby getting up on the inside, a Majestic Miss well in the straight. Zumbido heads to the 400 about 3 lengths, El Karam and Richmond here. Ravishing is running on fairly well with Thong Rani. Chicago Baby making ground the rail. Arabian Poppy to the outside. They're nearing the 200 metres. Zumbido by 2 to Ravishing, and Chicago Baby with Arabian Poppy out wide, still grinding home, and Perfect Lady in the clear. Chicago Baby got the rails run to hit the front at the 100. Perfect Lady chasing Chicago Baby, but Chicago Baby, it's Curry again, beats Perfect Lady second and Zumbido third. They're followed by Ravishing, Majestic Miss, Arabian Poppy couldn't go on, followed by Mascoma, El Kahira Magic, Elsie Elmer, then Thong Rani, Dance Party, followed by El Karam and Richmond here, who weakened. Ruby Joy, Stars of Jessabek was one of the last in. Navy Brass is set, and Rio Del Mar is going to complete the lineup. Rio Del Mar to come into the stall which is closest to the flat rail, gate number 16. All set now, ready to go. Off they go. Lord Wintack began okay out in gate number 11 next to Lucky Striker. Edna's Lad was away very fast. Rio Del Mar easing back as they came and split here. Postico's heading towards the flat rail as well, and going fast too there is Navy Brass. Out on the grandstand rail now, and Fashion Jester had bounded out and led the field in that division there. Fashion Jester in front against the rail. Up there also is going out quickly Our Floral Prince in the early stages. They show out. Indian Blade is just behind them. Rare Amber in the centre, and they were clear of Street Fight and Toreador. Over on the other side, they're at the 500 metres now, and Tyaga had gone through in the middle with Mr. Walker to lead from Navy Brass, and on the outside is Postico from Edna's Lad. Kit's Challenge, Rio Del Mar. Lord Wintack is battling. 250 metres to go on the grandstand now. Indian Blade racing after Our Floral Prince. They've got it to themselves out there on the flat. It's Postico in front. Rio Del Mar is coming home at a great rate. The grandstand are in this though. Postico, Rio Del Mar, Indian Blade on the outside with Our Floral Prince. A beaut finish. They hit the line. Indian Blade on the outside. Sayers won it. Either Our Floral Prince or Rio Del Mar for the minor end of the prize. They're right across the track here. Lucky Striker's run a bit of a race. He hasn't finished far from them there with Postico and Tyaga Kit's Challenge. Just behind these horses. All set. Ready to go now for the last. Off they go at the 1800 metres. Royalty Galore began okay. One of the first out in the race now is Les Vos Ruler over Paris Archway. Baby Bomber settling down in third, but Nap Hill's on the improve round the outside. Royalty Galore sitting up in fifth placing from Bullwinkle, Laird's Ace, Martago wider, followed by Ruby Dancer caught very deep around the outside. Camargo in that bunch in company there with Marlborough, then Regal Conspiracy. Shimayo's got a good way back in the field, trailed by Viennetta, Red Rascal, and It's Windy again. Nap Hill had sped to the lead now and heading out to the 1200 metres. Nap Hill by a length to Les Vos Ruler, 2.5 lengths to Paris Archway third, fourth on the outside Baby Bomber, followed by Ruby Dancer who's racing out 3 wide. Wonderlaird's Ace, a neck away to Royalty Galore who's well placed. Back behind him then Bullwinkle, outside Camargo. Martago in that bunch as well is travelling deep around them at the 1000 metre mark. Wonder Marlborough on the inside of Shimayo, a length and a half to Regal Conspiracy, then Viennetta, Red Red Rascal, and It's Windy Again whip the field in when they head to the 800. Nap Hill the leader, a neck to Les Vos Ruler, a length and a half. Baby Bomber outside Paris Archway, nickled a bit on the fence. Ruby Dancer wide all the way, 2 lengths to Royalty Galore, couldn't have had a better run. Laird's Ace on the inside when they come around the home turn. Shemayo getting onto Royalty Galore's back when they swing the corner, and Martago on the outside. Into the straight they race now. Nap Hill tackled by Les Vos Ruler, 2 to Paris Archway, who's hard-ridden third, and they're followed by Royalty Galore from Baby Bomber, and back behind them, Shemayo's back third last. Inside the 3, Nap Hill and Les Vos Ruler, 3 lengths in front of Royalty Galore, who is closing at every bound. Nap Hill, 150 to go, a half in front of Les Vos Ruler, but Royalty Galore's coming home well. Royalty Galore gets to Nap Hill now, takes the lead. Royalty Galore got a length in front, and Royalty Galore beat Nap Hill by a length. It's Windy Again, flashed home, grabbed third from Les Vos Ruler, Red Rascal and Viennetta, and then Paris Archway. Camargo, Regal Conspiracy out wider. They were followed further back in the field by Laird's Ace, then Bullwinkle and Marlborough, followed by Baby Bomber towards the end, in company with Martago, Ruby Dancer. Shemayo has run last of all.